Welcome to tonight's broadcast of this 7A matchup between the Little Rock Central Tigers and the Cabot Panthers. I'm, of course, Brandon Ramirez here with my colleague Jordan Moore. We apologize for the delay. There's about 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Score is 7-7. Both teams scored on the opening drive. What have you thought so far, Jordan?
Both teams have looked really impressive on their opening drives. Both offenses looking to be in full force, and both defenses not looking to be too worried about playing coverage at all. So it's been a very offense-oriented game.
As you can see right now, second drive of the game for the Tigers. They are currently at the 33-yard line, and they are driving on the Panthers. Some interesting things we've seen tonight. Deontay Roberts out back on the field for Cabot. Adam Flores back out on the field. We've even seen T.J. Rogers at defensive end tonight, so it's been a pretty interesting game so far.
And it's only the first quarter, so there's no telling what else is going to happen.
Adam Flores did score the touchdown for Cabot in his first game back.
A nice little 2-yard run. Great play.
Here's Jacob Howard, the quarterback, way over the head of his receiver. That's number 7, Chris Sanders.
On the touchdown play before, we saw him roll out and get out of the pressure. There he was faced with pressure and just completely overthrew his wide receiver there. And it's very uncharacteristic of him, as we've seen already on the opening drive. So, I mean, good defense there from Cabot, really being able to put some pressure there on the quarterback and not letting any of his receivers get open right away. So, good place, third down.
Howard hands it off the gut. He's going to fight his way forward for a Tiger first down. That's number 9, Jacorian Whitaker.
They've only had a couple of running games tonight. They usually like to stick through to the air, but every single one of those running plays that they've run tonight has been just great yard gains, being able to get first down after first down. So they really remind me of our offense at Cabot and the way that they're able to move the ball up and down the field.
Minute 25 left here in the first at Quigley Stadium. Handoff. Not going to get much this time, maybe a yard. Yet again, he handed it off to Whitaker. We've seen a nice mix of running pass plays so far from the Tigers. Cabot, of course, going with their typical rushing attack. It's treated them so well over the last decade.
And I'd love to see Cabot branch out during this game and throw a couple play action passes, maybe catch Central off guard, maybe in the second quarter or somewhere later in the game after they've gotten used to our running prowess. And let's hope that we can get them by surprise and get a couple yards off of that. And let's hope for a good defensive possession.
Here's Howard deep, yet again over the head of his receiver. This time it's the 15, DeJohn Brewer.
DeJohn Brewer has had a couple catches already tonight, multiple first downs, and he caught the touchdown pass of the night. So it's nice to see one finally overthrown to him. Great defense there by Cabot, making sure that they had a good amount of coverage on number 15, and great job pressuring Jacob Howard.
That's now 2 passes over this drive that were overthrown. Could have been easily caught for a touchdown. Might come back to haunt the Tigers on this Friday the 13th. Howard slings it out into the flats. Looks like he got tripped up. Number 24, Kalen Holloway.
This drive has seen that it's been really lucky for the Cabot Panthers, as there's been 2 overthrown passes that could have easily gone for touchdowns, and then a trip right there down over by the flats, and it's just going to lead to a 4th down. And let's see if they bring on a field goal unit or if they go for it.
Looks like it's going to be a 36-yard field goal attempt. 5 seconds left in the quarter. They might just wait to. Looks like that's what they're going to do. That's going to end tonight's first quarter, 7-7, all tied up here at Quigley Stadium.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Throughout the first quarter, we've seen a lot of stuff from both of these teams. We've seen that this is mostly going to be an offensive game, as Cabot did finally get a stop. It's been kind of by luck almost. And we've been able to see both offenses come out and really put a lot of pressure on the other defenses, really tiring them out. And I think this is going to be an extremely high-scoring game.
Last reunion of the class of 1997 for the Little Rock Central Tigers. Class of 97, stand up.
Neither of these teams have shown a lot of defense here lately.
Stand up pretty quick.
Cabot, of course, 90 points in the last 2 games combined. Central is, of course, 1-5 and 0-3 in conference, so they have too much capability on defense. We'll see if that can change, but if Central makes this field goal, that'll be scores on every drive of this game.
If Central's able just to get a field goal here, that'd just make it a 3-point game, which would mean that if Cabot can score again, if we trade shots at the end zone over and over and over again, then that's going to lead to an eventual Cabot win. So let's hope that they can just get a field goal here and we can bring it down, get a touchdown on the next drive, and really show them what we're made of here, Cabot.
A lot of Cabot's touchdowns this year were off of big plays. It's nice to see Cabot get a long drive in their first possession and see what they can do through a long drive as they have a rushing offense, and it takes a lot of conditioning to do that. So it was nice to see that.
Here comes the 36-yard field goal.
Keeling Baker, the kicker. Kick is up.
It's
and
good.
It is good.
Very impressive for a high school student to come out here and kick a 36-yard field goal. Usually,
Your score, Cabot Panthers 7, Central High Tigers 10.
You know, someone on Cabot can kick a 36 and even more, and that's Rhett Thurman. Although he did break his femur, and he is out. It's a big loss for Cabot. He's a great kicker, great punter, but he's only a sophomore.
Let's hope that this isn't a reoccurring issue and that next year something happens and just comes back to haunt him, kind of like Derrick Rose, who tore that ACL for the first time and hurt his knee, and it's come back to haunt him for the rest of his career.
Keeling Baker set to kick off. And it's in the air. It's fielded by the quarterback, Tommy Oates. He's looking for a seam. He goes out to the right side, and he gets brought down at the 19-yard line.
Another return there for Tommy Oates. You'd think that since he's our quarterback, they would be kind of reluctant to put him back there receiving kickoffs in case he got hurt on a tackle or from a vicious tackle like we just saw on that kick return right there. You'd think that we'd want to kind of conserve him, but it looks like he's coming out full steam ahead. Another pretty good return there, about a 19-yard return. Great job there by Tommy Oates.
It is questionable to have your quarterback as your kick returner. As we saw last year with Gerard, he was great at it. And, of course, this year, Tommy Oates returned one last week, 100 yards for a touchdown. So he has definitely showed his worth in the kickoff game. But here he is under center. Reverse to T.J. Rogers. He's going to bust it out to the left side. Tried to use his speed to get around the defender, but it wasn't enough. Maybe got 2 yards in the play.
That's actually going to be T.J. Rogers' first run of the night. He's been in the backfield a couple times tonight already, but he just hasn't gotten that first handoff. There's his first one. Hopefully that 2-yard gain was just one of the lower ones that he'll have so far tonight, and hopefully he'll be able to explode and get a couple more plays off the next couple of drives.
I've been quoted saying that T.J. Rogers and Bradley Morales combined to make the best duo in the 7A, and I haven't seen anything that will prove that wrong so far.
It's crazy to think that someone that's as small as T.J. Rogers is, how amazing he is at running the football. I mean, because he's small, he has so much more quickness, and it really shows.
Here's Oates on the option. He kept it himself. Got about 4 yards every play.
Another keeper, and we're starting to see how Cabot likes to play, just pushing it down your throat continuously until we get that first down.
6-yard carry.
10:44 left in the second quarter. Central up 10-7.
Ball's at the 27-yard line.
3rd and 2 for Cabot. After 28. Here's Oates. Hands it off to Bradley Morales.
That's going to be just enough for a first down.
What Cabot does, they're going to get 8 first downs. They're going to score.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's something that I love to see in almost every single offense. I like to see an offense that meticulously pushes and pushes and pushes until they're able to get that first down, like I said before, and eventually kick it into the end zone. And it's just something that Cabot's really prided themselves on for about the last decade. So.
Oates keeps it himself. He's going to get wrestled down after about 3 yards.
It's going to be pretty much the third vicious tackle that Tommy Oaks has taken on these keepers. And they really look reluctant to hand it off to anybody, except, of course, for Adam Flores, who on every single one of his carries has gotten over 5 yards. So it would really surprise me if they didn't give it to Adam Flores right here and let him see if he can get a first down. It's going to be second down.
Yes, it is. 2nd and 6. Flores, like you said, is back in, along with Sorrell and TJ Rogers. So tight end reverse to Aiden Shirley. He goes up the right side. He's going to wrestle his way for a Cabot Panther first down. You know, Cabot loves that tight end reverse play, Jordan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's a fantastic play because it really catches the defense off guard right there. I mean, it even caught me off guard whenever I first looked at it because I saw him hand it off right there, of course, like to Adam Flores, like I said before. And that's where most of the defense gathered, but they did that tight end reverse right there with Shirley and he's able to get another first down for Cabot. Another great example of how we meticulously push the ball.
Cabot with their typical 2 tight end set. They hand it off to Flores. Like he had a pretty good run there, but he got hit hard about 5 yards in.
Once again, Flores with a great carry, but I mean, this Little Rock Central defense has just shown that they can hit you hard. While they aren't able to get a lot of stops, and there hasn't been a single play yet from either side that's been for negative yards, they are really showing how they can hit viciously, and let's hope that that doesn't end up hurting somebody on our team or on their team. We would hate to see that happen.
Oh, he's trying to get the defensive line to jump and hands it off to Morales. Morales, he's small, but he can rumble and he can mumble.
It's going to be another first down for Cabot. Just 2 downs on that one. We were really pushing the ball up with 8:20 left in the second quarter. And we're looking to make this game, instead of 10-7, we're looking to make it 14-10 in just a couple more plays.
First and 10, balls at the 45-yard line of the Tigers.
Oaks hands it off to Flores. Flores is going to easily pick up 5 yards. You know, that's his go-to number, about 5 yards every carry.
Tackled by A Streetville Tigers. After a 4.
That's a healthy average run per play, 5 yards.
It looked like Graham Turner kind of got swung around right there by number 23 on Little Rock Central, but it looks like they patted it out and everything's okay. We wouldn't want to see a fight break out here at Little Rock Central, so we're glad that that worked itself out.
7:37 left in the second quarter. Panthers at the 40-yard line. Handed off to Bradley Morales. He falls forward for about 3 yards. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's really interesting because you talked earlier about how Bradley Morales and TJ Rogers could be the deadliest duo in the 7A conference right now, but tonight so far it's been Bradley Morales and Adam Flores. They've had a majority of the carries tonight, and they've averaged at least 5 yards on every single carry, so it's been great to see. And TJ Rogers had that one run earlier on in the drive that got him about 2 yards. It hasn't been handed off to him since.
TJ Rogers gets stuffed. It's going to be close if he gets the first down or not. That was 3rd and 1. 3rd and marking right at the first down.
Number 43.
They have yet to make a call on the field, and they do. First down, Cabot.
It was very close. I was nervous on if they were going to give that to him or not. But there's a first down right there for TJ Rogers. Hopefully that'll get him sparked and get him going here. Maybe we'll see some big runs from TJ like we usually do.
You know, a running back in Cabot's backfield that goes overlooked a lot is Noah Sorrell. He might not get a lot of carries, but he's a great blocker. As you can see right there, he had a great block on the tight end reverse. Aiden Shirley here. He goes up the right side. Ball is out. There's going to be a dog pile at about the 18-yard line. Central says they have it, and the referee does too. Central has recovered a fumble. Aiden Shirley just lost it there.
As much as that is Aiden Shirley's fault, I do want to say something really quickly about 50 right there. Oh, looks like number 81, which is Aiden Shirley, is going to be injured on the play. Looks like his arm is hurt pretty badly. That's where he took the majority of the punishment right there on that stop that forced the ball loose. Looks like he's going to be checked out over there, first by Tommy Oaks and then the medical staff.
He is writhing in pain on the sidelines. Getting talked to by his quarterback, Tommy Oaks. Not looking good. Looks like his left arm. We'll try to get you updates as we can on Aiden Shirley.
Let's hope it's nothing serious.
But nonetheless, that is a big mistake, an error for Cabot right there. They're at the 17-yard line to give up a fumble as that pass is dropped.
They drove all the way down the field, took about 7 minutes off the clock, and all they were able to do was get to about the 18-yard line and get a fumble. That's kind of disappointing for Cabot, but if they can really put some pressure right here on Little Rock Central, we can get the ball back with good field position and really start to wear down this Little Rock Central defense the way we like to.
Central has a chance to go up 2 possessions with this drive with a touchdown. Throws it out into the flats to number 13. Here he goes. He's wrestled down. He's going to get the first down. Of course, number 13, TJ Pennington. We're actually going to mark him short of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd.
That was a great tackle right there by Jesse Whitmaker. Really able to get him out of bounds, stop that clock, and make it 3rd down. I mean, that's a very important part, getting that 3rd down right there, not let them continue their drive with the first down, maybe put a little bit of pressure on here. Expecting the run probably here on the with 1 yard to go. It looks like Aiden Shirley is actually going and taking a seat. It looks like he's kind of done writhing in pain, so it looks like it wasn't anything too serious. So let's hope he is back out there soon.
You saw him throw his helmet down at the bench on the sideline. He's definitely frustrated with himself on that one. Nonetheless, 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. It's going to be a handoff up the gut. He's going to get the first down. Kalen Holloway.
On any other play, that would have been fantastic defense, not getting a lot of yards there, really being able to stop him pretty early in the run. However, right there it was only 3rd and 1. It's going to lead to a first down.
Howard up the gut. Here he goes. Howard handed it off, of course, to Holloway. Holloway got the first down. 5:16 left in the second quarter.
Another really big play there for Little Rock Central. While Cabot likes to do some small plays and really punch you into the gut and really being able to get down the field, very slowly, very meticulously, Little Rock Central likes to get those big plays, get about 10 yards at a time.
It's going to be a short handoff. 3 yards on the play.
Looks like he's going to get tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Jason Eubanks there. Great play tripping him up there. And it's going to be a 2nd down with about 6 to go.
Jansen, of course, a fullback and linebacker at junior high. He's transitioned well to the defensive line in high school. He's become a very dominant presence on this Panther defense. Here's Howard back in the pocket. He loves throwing to the flats. Ball nearly came out. Looked like he was fumbling with it.
He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. It's going to be another 3rd and 2 there for Little Rock Central. Let's see if they're able to do the exact same thing they did last time, get a first down, or if we can get a stop and force a punt here. There's about 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and Little Rock Central is up 10-7.
Howard out to his left. It's caught, and he evaded the tackle. He's finally brought down to 25. Number 6, Donald Richardson. Nice second effort.
I mean, Cabot has really not been able to put any pressure on these passes. They're finding someone open almost every single time, and even on the last drive when they ended up having to kick a field goal, there was always somebody open. It was just a matter of him overthrowing it or them dropping the pass. And Cabot really needs to find out how to D up on these wide receivers and get some stops here on the passing game, because right now they are passing all over us.
That would have been about a 5-yard game, and he wrestles away to the 25. You got to make that tackle. He throws into the seam. Number 15, DeJean Brewer with the snag.
He's going to get ganged up on as soon as he makes the catch. Great play there by Cabot's defense, and weren't able to let him get as many yards as he has the last couple of plays, but it's still going to be another 1st and 10 as they merge their way into the red zone, and they look to put it in the end zone right here.
1st and 10 from the 14. Here's Howard with the back behind him. He throws out to his receiver, Brewer. Trucks a man, and he gets to the 5-yard line.
Little Rock Central has really been taking to this passing game here. They haven't had a single play that was a pass except for that 3rd and 1 down there at about the 30-yard line. And this is really just showing how Cabot has a really big weakness for this pass game. And instead of it being 14-10, like I said before, it's looking like it's probably going to be 17-7, which is not a good circumstance for the Panthers to be in at all.
2nd and 4 from the 8. 2 receivers out right, 2 receivers out left, and running back behind him. Howard sets up his offense. Howard takes a snap at the 12. Looking left, can't find a man. He rolls out right. Still looking for a man. Still has his eyes downfield. Finally finds a man, and it's picked off by the Panthers. Number 30. Dalton Crumley with the pick.
What a fantastic read there from Dalton Crumley. He's able to see where that pass is going to go. We saw that play down there on the opposite end zone whenever they punched it in on the first play where he rolled out to the outside, and he was able to find a man that time. Same route was run. It was just a little bit farther back, and he's able to make a wonderful read and get the interception for the Cabot Panthers, as it is going to be a 10-7 game with about 3:25 left. Let's see if we can march it down the field in about 3:25. Usually time isn't on our side whenever we want to run an offensive play. We look to be more like Floyd Mayweather and wear down the opponent, but right now we need to get it down the field and fast.
Here's Oaks. Hands it off to Bradley Morales. Still on his feet, still on his feet, still on his feet. He's finally dragged down. 3:14 left in the 2nd quarter. You know, it's been a bad 2nd quarter for both teams. They both had turnovers in the red zone. Not what you want to see. That last play by Howard, he just got, his mind was going crazy. He was looking for a man left. He rolled out right. He finally found a man, but he had 2 Cabot defenders in front of him. And he got, of course, intercepted by Dalton Crumley.
I mean, after seeing hardly any pass defense on that entire drive, it was nice to see some come at about the 8-yard line and get that interception. Great play.
Here's the tight end reverse again. Shirley see if he can redeem himself. He's getting about 3 yards.
He's going to hit one. He's going to get hit once again on that bad arm. Same play that we ran back there. He's just not going to lose the ball that time. Great way of redeeming himself right there for Aiden Shirley, being able to get about 1 yard away from the first down. Let's see if someone from the Cabot Panthers can punch it in right here, looking maybe to Bradley Morales or T.J. Rogers.
2:17 left in the first half here. The Central Tigers are up 10-7. Handoff goes for about 5. Looks like Oaks is actually injured in the backfield. He's getting up slow.
That's not good down there for the Cabot Panthers. We see him returning those kicks and getting hit hard every single time, and I think it may be starting to show a little bit of wear and tear on him as he's going to go down there and be really slow to get back up. Just like I said, Bradley Morales gets that handoff and punches it in for about 5 yards. Great game.
He got tripped up in the backfield. It looks like he was limping after the play. Oaks rolls out right, throws it to his man, Aiden Shirley. Aiden Shirley's redeeming himself on this drive as he stares down his defender and hands the ball to his defender. That should be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty every single time, but they're not going to call it.
That's terrible sportsmanship right there. I hate to say that about our own player, but after he was hit right there, that player on Little Rock Central got up, he patted on the helmet, told him everything was going to be good, and sent him off to the sideline. And right there, Aiden Shirley's just going to stare him down. But a great way to redeem himself and a great way to get Cabot's passing game off to a start.
Oaks rolls out to his left. Now he cuts back right. He's going to take it himself up the middle. Here he goes, Tommy Oaks, all the way to the 29-yard line. Explosive play by Oaks.
Oh, yeah, fantastic fake. You saw that fake pass right there that got the defender off of his feet inside the line of scrimmage, and he bolted off through the middle of the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be able to get right to a first down and almost into the red zone right there at about the 28-yard line.
Timeout by the Tigers as they're up 10-7 with a minute 37 left in the first half. Gordon, what have you seen so far from both teams?
I mean, once again, it's been a very offense-oriented game so far. Both teams have been able to drive it down the field on every single one of their drives. And it's just come down to whether a team can get a stop, whether a team can get a turnover or not. And so far, we've seen that on both sides as Cabot has gotten a stop and an interception, and Little Rock Central has just forced a fumble. So let's see if Cabot's able to punch it in the end zone here, just like Little Rock Central has before. And let's see if Cabot's able to get the touchdown. They started the drive with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Usually time is not on their side, but it looks like they're able to march down the field in a little under a minute. So it's been fantastic to see there for the Cabot Panthers as second quarter is starting to get down to a close with about a minute 37 left.
Back to the action. Minute 37 left in the second quarter. Here's Oaks. Rolls out left. He's running the option. Faked it. Here goes Oaks up the left side. And he is too fast. He fumbled the ball at the 3-yard line. Oh, my goodness. That's a boneheaded play by Tommy Oaks. He's mad at himself for that one. That's a play you don't see often. He had a sure touchdown, and he just lost the ball at the 3.
That's horrible. It looked like what might have happened is he would have pulled an old college ball rule and an old NFL rule, and he's just able to get to about the 3-yard line, drops it off, celebrating before he gets into the end zone. And that's going to be a horrible, horrible turnover. You can hear him getting yelled at down there on the sideline, and that's going to be a terrible turnover. What could have been a touchdown for Cabot has now been reversed into a fumble, and it looks like Little Rock Central is going to start their drive at the 20-yard line.
I must say, I'm at a loss for words.
That's usually something that's pretty uncharacteristic of Tommy Oaks, and we see him do that right now as he had a great play, great run, great job breaking tackles, and he celebrated a little bit too early, and he's going to drop the ball, and that's going to be still 10-7 with about a minute 30 left in the second quarter.
Oaks clearly mad at himself on the sidelines. His teammates come over and console him. Nonetheless, back to the action. Rolling out right. Here he goes. He's going to duck out of bounds near the first down.
Tries to imitate what Oaks just did on that last play, but he's not able to get nearly as far as Oaks did or break any tackles, but just a great job reading what was open right there by the quarterback right there, Howard, and he's just able to get a great amount of yards there and get down to a second down, about second and 2.
That play by Oaks will come back to haunt the Cabot Panthers later on in this game. That was a for sure touchdown.
Fair enough.
Nearly picked off again by Crumley. He almost had a hand on that, but it was caught. Whistle's finally blown. Looks like the ball came out, but they're not going to call it a fumble.
It's going to be another first down right there for Little Rock Central. We're looking at it as Cabot being able to drive it down the field. Little Rock Central could easily do just the same after that horrible miss right there from Tommy Oaks. That's really going to come back to haunt him. Could have been a momentum shifter. Could have gave him up in the score.
Here's Howard over the middle. His receiver is hit at the 45. Of course, DeJohn Brewer. They're driving right now. 1:03 left in the second quarter.
You can easily see how impactful DeJohn Brewer has been so far in this game. He's caught so many passes, a touchdown, and he's almost caught 2 touchdowns as he was in the end zone before whenever that ball was picked off by Dalton Crumpley. But let's hope that he can slow down and we can get a stop here on defense.
Here's Howard. Finds his man again. This time it's the number 6, Donald Richardson.
I'll tell you what, our coverage down to the inside is not looking very good. They can either slant or they can just barely cut into the inside in the middle of the field, and they're able to get an open guy almost every single time with no Cabot defender on him. That play has worked for him all night long. And let's hope it doesn't stay that way. Let's hope we can go in at halftime. We can get ourselves situated to this, and we can just realize that, hey, we need to get some stops here, and we need to come out victorious during this game. And that's the only way we're going to do is being able to stop them.
You know, every drive so far this quarter has resulted in a turnover. So with 50 seconds left, Central's going to look to turn that around. Sloppy second quarter for both teams.
I wouldn't be surprised to see their kicker come back out and try another long field goal here if there's a couple seconds left on the clock instead of trying to punch it in and maybe resulting in another turnover. Get some easy points on the board, make it a 2-possession game most importantly, or at least not in a field goals range anymore. And that's what I'll expect for Little Rock Central to do, but we'll see what happens. There's about 50 seconds left in the second quarter, and looks like they're going to come out and measure. Don't see this too much in high school football.
50 seconds left, 2nd and 1 from the 34 for Central. Well, it's 2nd and 1 currently. They are measuring, of course.
And it looks like he's going to be inches away from the first down is where they're going to mark it, and it's going to be a 2nd and inches there for Little Rock Central.
The chain gang didn't even stretch out the first down markers. They kind of just lazily put it near the ball. I don't know what that was.
It's going to be 2nd and inches for Little Rock Central. That's crazy.
Interesting. I've never seen that before. A lot of things tonight I've never seen. 2nd and 1, 49 seconds left. Clock is running. Howard fakes the Handoff, play action. He evades a tackle from Justin Neighbors. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Tigers. Number 13, TJ Pennington. He evaded 2 tackles, and that puts the Tigers up by 9. Chance to get one more.
That was fantastic offense right there from Little Rock Central, but one thing that we've got to notice is we have to know that he broke 2 tackles. That is a terrible job of wrapping up there on defense. If either of these guys would have been able to wrap up or shove him out of bounds, that would have easily been not as impactful as a play. But since they only got an arm around him, he was able to break those tackles pretty easily and walk his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
What an exhilarating play. It's off the goalpost. No good. He missed the extra point.
I thought for a second that Bryce Billings was going to be able to get in there and block the field goal really quickly. However, that didn't happen. And now here comes Cabot back on the field. Not quite a 10-point game. It's a 9-point game. So that could be something that's kind of a momentum shifter as we see him coming in and hitting a 36-yard field goal. Okay.
Tonight's first of many raffle drawings. All you that purchase a Central High program, grab your ticket. Tonight's first number, 4513571. 4513571. Report to the press box to receive your prize.
Great touchdown. Central is back to kick the ball. They're up 9. They missed the extra point, of course. He's now picking off the ball. Here it goes. It's in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line by Noah Sorrell. Here he goes up the right sideline. He's looking for a lane, and he's brought down at 25.
Great return right there. Every single one of Cabot's returns has been just amazing in the way that they're able to get about 19 yards on every single play. And it sounds like it's going great right there for Cabot. And we'll see what happens here with about 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Little Rock Central was able to march that ball down in about a minute, which is crazy. And they're able to get a score. However, missing that extra point is going to be crucial and may come back to bite them.
Comes Oates back out on the offense. Keeps it himself. He's going to throw to John Riley Williams, and he cannot corral the pass in. It's going to be incomplete. 21 seconds left in the first half. We apologize if we're having some technical difficulties with the audio here.
See what Cabot goes for. Do they go for a pass across the middle? Do they try to get a lot of yards on that way? Or do they hand it simply to TJ Rogers or Bradley Morales and see if they can get an explosive run? Or do we see Tommy Oaks try to go for another keeper after what just happened? Let's see what they do here. They go for a pass here. They opt for the pass. It's going to be caught.
That's probably the number one thing you don't do is throw across your body back to the other side of the field, but it was successful for Tommy Oak and TJ Rogers. It's very ill-advised, I must say, as a quarterback, but it worked out for him.
Oh yeah, TJ Rogers only having a couple of those runs, just maybe 2 yards, maybe 1 yard, but right there is a huge catch for TJ Rogers. There's no telling how beneficial that could be to Cabot and maybe get them sparked with about 13 seconds left. They really need to throw it all the way down the field.
We have 2 timeouts remaining in the half.
13 seconds left. Tigers up 9. I can't hear myself at all. When I do, I sound like a robot. I literally cannot hear myself. Massey, come here quick. Hurry up. Yeah. Massey. I can't hear myself, and when I do, I sound like a robot, and it's super soft.
You're way loud. Yeah, and I'm really loud.
He's really loud. I'm really soft, and I sound like a robot.
And I'm messing with audio.
Back to the action. Oates making a pass again. He's looking deep. Nearly picked off.
I thought that might have gotten tipped right there, but it looks like it's going to be. I'm not talking very loud.
7 seconds left in the first half. They might go for a Hail Mary. I'm not sure how far Tommy Oates will throw. I'm going to say it's probably not 60. Well, that's 55 yards. He might be able to throw that. We'll see here in a couple seconds. 7 seconds left. Tigers up 9.
Here comes Cabot's offense back on the field, and we'll see what they're able to do here, see if they go for another long pass, if they go for another explosive run. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see what they drew up. 55 yards to go in 7 seconds. They're going to run a double pass, it looks like, but it's going to get eaten up. Morales now has the ball. He still has the ball, and he's finally brought down to a huge loss right at the end of the first half. Central is up 16-7.
This is not the place you want to be if you're Cabot High right now. As a matter of fact, this is quite the opposite. Down by 9 points. This is not looking very promising right now. If the same scoring records keep going up, we're going to go right into halftime right here, and it's going to be a 9-point game as we go.
How are we going to do that?
See you in a second.
Hey, Nick. Master wants to know if you can do a halftime report.
What the heck
you want to?
Because it was fine, and then they messed with something, and all of a sudden I couldn't hear myself.
I didn't touch anything, and all of a sudden.
I couldn't hear myself.
After,
He says you're just going to stand in front of the camera we got.
You start talking louder, and
then I couldn't hear myself, and I sound like
you
a
said you made changes. Yeah, after they told me that it was nothing. It was before they told me it was nothing. We're gonna try it.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
sound like a robot.
So I think Nick's coming up here to do something.
Well, I could hear myself faint.
Kind of close to the half on the court. I don't know.
Like, it was super soft.
Hey, Mr. Massey, can I go buy some marbles?
Hey, they probably have some down on the field. Y'all can get some.
Good evening, Little Rock Central High guests. At this time, it is our privilege to introduce